Okay, so this is a video recording explaining the basics of statistics for my Algebra 2 class. In this example, we're going to talk about average, mean, median, and mode, and also something called standard deviation, okay? And what we have here is two companies, Company A and Company B. And Company A pays off the salaries per hour, 10, 10, 15, 25, and 90. Company B pays 25, 30, 30, 30, and 35 per hour to their 5 employees, okay? So each company has 5 employees. Also, let's just imagine there is another company called Company C, and they have 5 employees and they pay everybody $30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, okay? So the first thing I wanna do is I wanna compare these numbers. And usually when you have data, you wanna find the average, the mean. So what's the average of company A? Well, guys, if I add 10 plus 10 plus 15 plus 25, that gives me 30, 40, 50, that gives me 60. Plus 90, that's 150. The total sum is 150. Now, to get the average, you divide the sum of the values by the total number of values. Divided by 5, it gives you 30. So guess what? Company A has an average salary of 30. So this company, in their website, they can publish, we pay an average salary of 30 an hour, because that's what they pay. In average, of course, not to each employee. Next is Company B. What's their average? Well, I have 3 30s, that's 90. I have a 35 plus a 25, that's 60. Was 90 plus 60, another 150. And was 150 divided by 5 to get the average is also 30. So guess what? Both companies pay an average of 30. Company B can put an ad on an announcement on their website. They can say we pay an average of 30. Now let's look at the median. Median is when you put the numbers in order, they must be in order though, is the middle number. So for company A, the median is 15. For company B, the median is 30. Another measurement of to look at data is the mode, the most repeated number. In company A, 10 and 10 is most repeated. The mode is 10. And in company B, 30 is the mode. Okay, so that's important. Finally, what's the range? Range is between what two values is the range of salaries. In company A is between 10 to 90, between 10 and 90. By how much is the salary spread? Well, from 10 to 90, that's 80. So we can say that in company A, the salary spread per hour is $80 from the lowest paid to the highest paid. In company B, the range is from the lowest 25 to the highest 35. So we say that the range is only $10 between the lowest and the highest. Now, we were supposed to take time in class to analyze this, but right now, take a minute to think. Pause the video if you can, please. Pause it and then think, are the companies similar because their average is the same? Yes or no? And why are they different or why are they similar? Okay, so after you paused, hopefully you were thinking. I hope you noticed that same average, but the range in company A, they vary by $80 from the lowest paid to the highest paid. In company B, people make more of a similar salary, okay? So the next thing we did in my class is that we found the standard deviation. Guys, standard deviation is something a little bit more advanced compared to what most people know. Most people know average, right? Like what's the average height of people in California or in Japan or in different places? It varies, right? What's the average height of a basketball team? And you can find those numbers, right? Now we have another measurement called the standard deviation. This tells you how spread is a set of data. Now that calculation takes a while, but it's very simple. What you guys would do is you would go to a internet computer and you would type standard deviation calculator. You type in the 5 numbers, you press enter, and it will give you the standard deviation for these numbers. In this case, For the salaries of company A, after I punched in the numbers, I got a standard deviation of 30.5. So this means that the salaries have a spread of $30.5. This is called the spread. It's 30 right here. I don't know if it's clear on the page, but this is 30.5. For company B, if I punch in the values, 25, 30, 30, 30, and 35, and I find the standard deviation in my standard deviation calculator, my standard deviation is 3.2, meaning the spread less. Their spread is 3.2. On this one, the spread is 30. So now we have a spread. Now, guys, what does this mean graphically? In this company, in company A, the spread is 30. So as you can see, this curve is a little bit more open, right? Notice, usually the number at the bottom is your average. From the average, your numbers spread out. I want you to know that this is called a normal curve. The data I'm talking about is data that's normally distributed. It means this is data that usually most of the data is at the average. Guys, if I was to measure the average height of all the students in the high school, I guess most people will fall near the average. We might have a few really tall people and a few very short people, but most people fall in the middle. That's why this has like a bulge in the middle at the average, okay? So there, the average is 30 and the spread or the standard deviation is 30.5. For company B, notice is more narrow. The average is also 30, but the spread is only 3.2. And that was the lesson today, okay? Finally, let's look at the last company that I just made up. Company C, everybody gets paid 30. So I have a question. What's the average? Well, that's simple. If everybody gets paid 30 and it's 5 of them, the total is 150. 150 divided by 5 is 30. What's the median or the middle number? It's also 30. What's the mode? The most common number is also 30. Everything is 30. But guys, what is the range? What's the difference from the highest to the lowest value? Well, there's none because everybody gets 30. There's no spread. So this is 0. There's no range. The range is 0. And actually, without calculating, guys, you can punch in these numbers in a standard deviation calculator on the internet, but you don't need to. Because, guys, if all the numbers are exactly 30, how much do they spread? They don't spread. The standard deviation is 0. And this curve will not have a spread. Everybody's exactly at 30, okay? Next time, we'll use the standard deviation to answer other types of problems, okay? Thank you.